Hey there, everybody. I'm going to be responding to some stupid bullshit from the American Thinker. The title of this particular pile of stupid bullshit is State Power Now Being Used to Force Parents to Transgender Their Kids or Else. First thing, what the fuck is it? What does it mean to transgender your child? What the fuck does that mean? Transgender is not a goddamn verb. It's a goddamn descriptive fucking word. You know, someone is transgender. They don't transgender. It's not a fucking verb. Trans nor gender are fucking verbs. Trans is a fucking prefix, and gender is just a goddamn word. You know. It's like you transition. You don't transgender. I'm not... Learn how to use fucking words, people. Please, just learn. You dumb motherfuckers. So the author of this is Rick Moran, by the fucking way. I'll leave a link to this shit if you want to go to the shit and, you know, read it for your fucking self. Be right in the fucking description box, right next to my PayPal, or not my PayPal, my fucking Cash Me and my Patreon. I'm not giving my PayPal out because it gives my fucking full name, and I'm not ready to give that shit out. Especially since I've pissed off a bunch of fucking people over the past couple of years. I don't want my fucking full name out there. Also, I think it tells you what fucking city I live in. Not really up for that. Anyway, a disturbing report from the Federalist, which is a fucking party hack bullshit fucking website. I was gonna say it's a fucking, you know, news source. It's not even a news source. It's just a fucking bullshit opinion place. Fucking details efforts by transgender activists to school the courts in how to deal with parents who refuse to transgender their young children. Again, transgender is not a fucking verb. It's a fucking... In some cases, the courts have seized children whose parents refuse to recognize their child's true gender. Which don't fucking link to number fucking one. Number two... You know, chances are the reason why the kids got taken away, which let's just grant that this shit fucking happens, which it might not even fucking happen, and let's just grant this shit fucking happening, right? The only reason they would maybe get their kids taken away from them is if they're being like they're actively harming their fucking child by being abusive and just treating them like fucking garbage. Margot Cleveland of the Federalist talked to Dr. Michelle Cretella, who is a partisan hack piece of shit, who is the current leader of the American College of Pediatricians, which is an ideologically driven shithole that spun off from the AAP, the American Academy of Pediatrics, because they were too kind to fucking gay folk. So, yeah, fuck them. Executive Director of the American College of Pediatricians, who described two waves of this trend. She knows fuck all about jack shit, okay? She's a member of an ideologically driven group. Fuck her. Her opinion is fucking meaningless. I first began hearing from distraught parents in the situation in 2016 and in 2017. I heard from 7 families in as many different states in this situation. Convenient that you can't link to fucking any instances of this shit. In all but one case, the child was a 15-year-old girl who never had any sexual identity confusion prior to her parents' divorce. So, okay. So in all the cases except for one, they were all 15-year-olds. Also, it's not sexual identity. It's gender identity, you dumb bitch. Use the fucking... If you're gonna use lexicons, use the proper fucking lexicons with the shit that you're fucking talking about. Also, so, okay, right? Let's just... So, this fucking child... Apparently, again, she doesn't link to any fucking evidence of this shit. She just fucking spews it out. If fucking... You know, you think that you might want to write this shit down at the fucking time. The fucking... Cortella said, the other case involved 4-year-old triplet boys whose mother desperately wanted a girl. The mother was a psychologist herself and had cross-dressed one of the boys for 2 years, insisting that it was his idea. In each of the 7 cases, the guardian ad litem's and judges removed the right to medical consent and or custody from the parent who objected to transition with puberty blockers and hormones. One, you do realize that puberty blockers and hormones are relatively safe considering the rest of the shit that, you know, is part of the medical community. Fucking... like... These things are really well researched. The second wave's in fucking quotes, is even worse. Of course it fucking is. We have since moved on to the second wave. Cortella told the Federalist she can go fuck herself once again. She is a member of an ideologically driven shithole. Her opinion doesn't fucking matter. The second wave is going on now with emergency room staff, therapists, or doctors reporting parents to Child Protective Services who refuse to affirm their child's false gender. False gender. And although, okay, so firstly, gender identity, you know, it's something that's very personal. So you're basically shitting on people because their gender identity doesn't fit in with your shitty view of the world. So it's false. But if I said that your God was fucking false, just, you know, because he fucking is, you'd be like, you don't talk about God like that, you know, you have your fucking hissy fit. But it's like, trans people fucking exist. God fucking doesn't, for all intents and fucking purposes, because you can't fucking see him, you can't fucking communicate with him, there's no fucking evidence that he even fucking existed, but these trans people fucking exist, alright? Let's treat the fucking trans people like fucking people, and not, you know, these evil fucking, I don't know, demons or whatever the fuck whatever you categorize them as. More recently, Cortella explains, she has heard from 2 sets of parents who were accused of being abusive parents for refusing to consent to hormone treatments for their teen children. In one case, the parents sought treatment for their son's suicidal depression. Their son was adopted out of an abusive family, had a long history of depression and anxiety, and had been in therapy in the past, was on medications, and never had any sign of gender dysphoria. Here's the thought. Maybe they didn't feel fucking, how do I say? They did not feel comfortable coming to you because of how you portrayed yourselves as howling dickheads. Also, like, I love how it's like, they never showed any signs of it to me, you know, fucking me, I'm their, you know, adoptive parent, you know, fucking... Nevertheless, the emergency room physician at the children's hospital, after interviewing him alone, yeah, generally that's kind of what fucking happens with abuse. You don't generally interview the child who accuses abuse in front of the abuser. That's not generally how that shit fucking works. What the fuck? Nevertheless, the emergency room physician at the children's blah 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 diagnosed him as definitely transgender because he insists that he is, and that the parents' lack of acceptance is causing his suicidal depression. Because, not being accepted by your fucking parents could totally never throw someone into wanting to commit suicide. It's never fucking happened ever, anywhere. He should be started on puberty blockers and estrogen to transition. This was the first time the 14-year-old boy had ever said such a thing, Cortella noted. Yet from this one ER visit, his parents had to fight with the children's hospital for months against allegations of being abusive and unsupportive parents. Again, the fact that the way the parents are reacting is probably an indication that the fucking kid didn't want to come out about this shit to them because of them being howling dickheads. The family finally found a therapist who helped them set boundaries with their son, and his complaints of feeling trapped in the wrong body have stopped. Even with this outcome, attorneys told the parents they could not sue because experts would side with the ER physician who was following the standard of care guidelines. Yeah, trusting fucking experts in this, the fucking people who, study this shit, like, they totally fucking... The single trend has emerged quietly and under the radar, despite you guys being howling fucking assholes about it. The reason is obvious. Parents don't want to be accused of being abusive to their children, and the fewer people who know about their dire situation, the better. Man. What these incidents tell us is that trans activists have been busy. Last fall, the American Academy of Pediatricians issued a policy statement similarly recommending this gender-affirming approach and providing youth access to comprehensive gender-affirming and developmentally appropriate health care. Again, the AAP is the real fucking organization. The ACP are a bunch of howling asswipes. They left the AAP because the AAP was being too kind to gay folk. You can literally find this shit. I swear to God, I'm fairly certain the fucking ACP has this shit on their About Me fucking section on their website. They openly acknowledge, like, oh, fucking, they were too friendly to gay folks, so, we fucking spun off. But the fucking AAP are the ideologically driven fucking ones. Not these howling dickheads, But as Dr. James Cantor explained in his detailed analysis of the AAP policy statement, almost all clinics and professional associations in the world use what's called the watchful waiting approach to helping GD children. But the AAP statement rejected that consensus, endorsing only gender affirmation. Which again, okay, let's collect this Dr. James Cantor. Is he related to Eric Cantor? That fucking dickwad? Sexologytoday.org. Is this a fucking WordPress fucking... let's see. And trans kids fact-checking. Although almost all clinics and professional watchful waiting approach, endorsing only gender affirmation, dramatic departure from other professional organizations, which they don't, like, other... Okay, other... It's like, again, other professional associations. Which ones? You scumfucks. Which other professional associations are you talking about? Name them. You're not naming them, presumably because they don't fucking exist. Let's fucking Google this watchful waiting bullshit. Let's see what fucking comes up. Watchful waiting, also watch and wait, or WA, is an approach to a medical problem in which time is allowed to pass before medical intervention or therapy is used. Yeah. You know, because fucking... What are some of these things, right, that come up? Surgery, radiation therapy, prostatectomy, and more. Fucking... Just... Like, all of the things that... Oh, my God. Let's see, watchful waiting. Let's fucking see gender dysphoria. Let's see what fucking watchful waiting, gender. Let's just see what comes up when I type that shit into fucking Google, shall we? Let's see. Gender nonconforming youth, current perspectives. Let's see. Let's actually Aaron Saft, 2017. Let's see what this fucking says. This is the fucking National Institutes of Medicine? Or National Institutes of Health. Let's see. Fucking goddamn it, Control F, you fucker. Control. There we go. Okay, let's see. What? Was it watchful waiting? Let's see. Okay, so okay. Let's see what this fucking... Focusing now on contemporary approaches that stand in contrast to the above mode, all of which are to be differentiated from the UCLA program. The three major models outlined earlier are typically referred to in order of presentation as the following. So these are the things that in order of presentation. So what I'm about to read is the list of when things, when they're brought to people, right? The live in your own skin model, the watchful waiting model, and the gender affirmative model. So, let's see. The children are followed carefully by the clinical team in the watchful waiting model with the support of outside therapists in the community, which is required before a child can receive medical services to ensure that the children are growing well and getting their emotional needs met, and in preparation for later transitioning and medical interventions if the child proves to be a good candidate. Like in the live in your own skin model, the children going through the program will also receive a full battery of psychological tests documenting not only their gender status, but also their cognitive, social, emotional functioning. Some of these instruments are delivered to the children directly, some to their parents or teachers. If the mother asking for help with her 4-year-old were to attend the Amsterdam clinic with her child, the team might do an assessment and advise that the 4-year-old followed over time, with the understanding that if her son's declarations of wanting to be a girl persisted over time, and if he continued to be drawn only to girl toys and activities, consideration of puberty blockers to buy more time to explore gender could certainly happen later. But for now, it would be the best to let her son continue to be a son, free to explore whatever activities enjoyed, with no corrections on his expressed desire to be a girl. So, anyway. Going back. Even more appalling than the AAP's one-sided approach to gender dysphoria, I just fucking mentioned 3 different fucking models that fucking... So go fuck yourself, dickheads. Exposed by Cantor that the research used to justify the policy simply did not say what AAP claimed they did. The materials provided attendees of the Rhode Island Judicial Conference also included this one-sided perspective which treats sex as something assigned at birth as opposed to biologically determined. Handouts included in What Every Attorney Representing Youth Needs to Know, flyer created by the gay and lesbian advocates and defenders, which includes directions such as don't assume someone's gender identity and make sure you know your client's preferred pronouns. Which, holy fucking shit. Like, that's so terrible. Like, okay, what are your pronouns? You know, what pronouns do you want to use? Like, fucking... No. Okay. How have we descended so far down into the rabbit hole so quickly when there is no scientific evidence to buttress the arguments of transgender activists and their allies in the judicial system? Citation needed of that? The fucking thing you linked didn't literally explain any of this shit. Oh, fuck it. I will leave a link to this fucking U.S. National Library of Medicine, National Institutes of Health. I will fucking link to this Diane Aaron Saft thing so you can read. After this video is fucking done, I'm going to read the entire fucking thing. So, similar articles in PubMed. Gender nonconforming and transgender children and youth. Family, community, and implications for something. Transgender youth current concepts. Research priorities for gender nonconforming transgender youth. Gender identity development, the psychological and medical care of gender nonconforming youth. Approach to the patient, transgender youth, endocrine considerations. Fucking. Reformulate theories of gender. This is something within the article. Reformulate theories of gender development in light of gender nonconforming youth. Fucking. For a theory of development to be robust, it should be evident in empirical observation or investigation. The traditional theory of gender development and disordered gender, which is still in use by many, fails that test for the following reasons. Many individuals continue renegotiating their gender throughout childhood or adulthood with no observable detriment to their mental health. Youth may establish a gender identity in concordance with their assigned sex, be firm in that identity, yet not embrace a heterosexual identity, with no aspiration on their emotional well-being. Aspersion on their emotional well-being. Gender development and sexual identity development are two separate developmental tracks, albeit crossing at certain points. Whereas core gender identity is typically concordant with assigned sex based on observable external genitalia, for a majority of people this is not the case, with increasing evidence that gender identity lies not between our legs and our genitalia and primary sex characteristics, but in our brains and minds. Therefore, one's assigned sex at birth may differ from one's core gender identity, not because of poor parental handling or infantile confusions, but because of brain and mind gender messages overriding signals from genitalia, chromosomes, or parental expectations. Recently, this phenomenon of mind over matter has been referred to as neurological sex, defined as a uniform standard of legal sex based on gender identity, in which brain messages are privileged over anatomy and chromosomes in determining an individual's authentic gender. So anyway, going back. How can parents be allowed to determine the gender of their child? How can they be punished for refusing to accept this nonsense? Because it's abusive. You dipshit. The answer to those questions is that LGBTQ activists have a clear agenda and are fanatically devoted to it. Because, yeah, you guys are not fucking fanatically driven by your fucking ideology and your fucking agenda. You know, you guys don't make up fucking shit about trans people all the fucking time. Yeah, you guys aren't fucking fundamentalist dickheads who fucking wanna just, you want trans people to not fucking exist anymore. They are radicals, and nothing, not the courts, not the schools, not the parents, and certainly not the children, will stand in their way of achieving their goals. You could literally fucking... The use of state power to effect social change is not new, but the novel interpretation of the law regarding parental rights is. Fuck parental rights! You know who's a fucking parent? John Wayne fucking Gacy was a fucking parent. Fucking... Oh my god. Dennis Rader was a goddamn fucking parent. Fucking... like... Dennis Hastert, I think, was a fucking parent. Donald Trump is a fucking parent. Look at how his fucking kids turned out. It will be up to state legislatures to affirm parental rights and enshrine them into law in order to prevent the crazies from forcing parents to conform. Yeah, they're fucking crazy. You know, they're fucking crazy for, you know, treating people like fucking people. They're crazy. You know, you guys aren't fucking crazy for, you know, having a one-way conversation with an imaginary sky fucking being. Yeah, you guys are not fucking crazy. You want to play this fucking game? What's more crazy? Trans people? Or fucking people who have a conversation with something that observably doesn't fucking exist? You know? Like... just... The only solace I'll take from this is that you guys are going to be dead fucking soon. Hopefully. God fucking willing, you'll be dead soon. And the rest of us can move the fuck on. And progress our fucking species and our understanding of the fucking world. Instead of fucking... fucking... you know, Jesus... you know, fucking... Also, you know who was also a fucking parent? You know who was a fucking parent, you know, had parental rights? Joseph fucking Fritzl had parental rights. Look how that fucking turned out, sunshine. The fucking Duggar family has parental rights. Look how that fucking turned out. Their oldest son molested 2 of his fucking sisters and a fucking family friend, and the parents didn't fucking seem to think to tell the fucking people who were the victim of them. They took the kid, they took Josh fucking Duggar, they fucking took him to a police officer who then turned out to be a fucking pedophile. Fucking... it's just like... parental rights are not the be-all end-all of anything. If parental rights is so fucking important, why the fuck do we have CPS? Why the fuck do we have DIFUS? Why the fuck do we have any of these fucking... child protective... why the fuck do we have any of these things that deal with protecting children if parental rights are the be-all fucking end-all? Because they're fucking not the be-all end-all. The fucking children are the people who should be defended, not the fucking parents, the fucking whack jobs who put their fucking kids in the goddamn reparative therapy fucking camps and push their kids to fucking want to blow their brains out. The fucking parents who can't seem to under-fucking-stand that their kid is their kid and they should love their fucking kid regardless of what the fuck they are. No matter who the fuck they love, no matter what fucking gender they fucking are. Whether they're cis or fucking trans. You should love your fucking kid. You shouldn't put this shit. Also, you know who wasn't... You know who also... our parents, the fucking people who prayed their fucking girls in makeup and revealing fucking outfits for the amusement of grown fucking men. You know who's a fucking parent? Fucking the mother of Honey Boo Boo. She dated pedophiles. She didn't just marry. She didn't even just date one pedophile. No, she fucking dated 2 pedophiles. She even dated a pedophile after it was revealed that he was a fucking pedophile. Just, like... parents are shit. Parents have always been shit. But we're just now coming to terms with the shit that parents are fucking awful. At least old generation parents. New generation parents are turning out kind of not fucked up. They're turning out to fucking understand their goddamn children. Seriously. Like, oh, parental rights this, parental rights that. Again, Honey Boo Boo's mom dated a fucking pedophile. Who, I think, if memory serves me correctly, he fucking molested one of her own other daughters. And I think she took him back after that. Also, think about all the parents who engage. Seriously, think about this. There are parents who engage in this sick behavior of putting their kids in fucking outfits and parading them around like fucking show ponies or fucking dogs. And these fucking, like, what the fuck? They're fucking parents, they do this. Look what fucking happened. Look what fucking happened with fucking Honey Boo Boo. Look what fucking happened with JonBenet Ramsey. Like, they're fucking parents. Joseph Fritzl was a fucking parent. He raped his daughters and had children with his fucking daughters, who he raped. Fuck parents. Fuck them. They're useless. They're shitty. God damn. Get with the fucking program, people. Bye.